Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Dapper Dividends. I'm Russ, and every single week I'm sharing my journey and my path to FI with you, primarily doing this through dividend growth investing, looking for those blue chip companies that make the world go round, that pay us a steady stream of their profits. That's income to us as dividend growth investors. As income investors, this is what we're doing. We're buying time. When we buy a company, we are not just buying a stock. You're buying a small part of an actual company with actual people inside of it working to make it profitable, to be able to share those dividends with us, and obviously providing value to the customers, because without the customers there wouldn't be any profits, and without any profits there wouldn't be investors. We wouldn't be getting paid. So it's just a beautiful cycle that I love being a part of. I did a video on Schwab slices, and with as little as $5 you can buy into these companies. You can own a portion of these companies as well, so check that out. And if you don't know already, I'd like to encourage you to gently tap the like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate that. And we'll kick it off with the bridge account. Only 2 dividends this week. Now, I did receive dividends from Cisco, $7.56, and $13 from Simon Property Group, ticker symbol SPG. Now, a word to the wise, this is the last REIT that I hold in my taxable account, because check out this article from Dividend.com. Burton G. Malkiel of Wealthfront found that the dividend tax rate for REITs is 43% compared with 25% for U.S. stocks. And one of the core principles, I agree, of being an income investor is minimizing your taxes. And if you can shift your REITs into a tax-advantaged account, if you have that option, you are going to save yourself some tax money year over year. Definitely something to consider if you were not aware of that. And the buys of the week, I bought 1 share of PepsiCo at $138.99. Finally dropped in the 130s after being way up there, pushing $150 a share. 2.94% starting yield, added $4 of annual income. 1 share of Lockheed Martin at $337.49 was a 3.08% starting yield, added $10.60 of annual added income. I love seeing that for such a gigantic blue chip company to be over 3% starting yield on that share is really powerful in my opinion. And Lockheed Martin is how I am gaining exposure to space, to the burgeoning space market, space exploration, space travel, deep space exploration. Lockheed Martin is right at the forefront of that, and this is why I have been buying them. Now I'm working my way to 10 shares. I just have this thing in my head that I want to own 10 shares of every company that I buy. Check this out. If you were not aware of what Lockheed Martin is at the forefront of with space, I took a video and I spliced it down to just a few clips of what they are doing with space, so check it out. I think that's really awesome, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of this company. I think they have a really bright future. So I had some pocket change left over, and I got a share of AT&T at $28.74, which was a big, massive 7.24% starting yield, added $2.08, and a share of Altria, which I think I'm going to buy more Altria. I should have bought more when it was under 40. one share at $41.73 for a starting yield of 8.24%, added $3.44 of added annual income to the portfolio. So this week I added $20.01 of dividend income just like that. That's more money that's going to keep coming in and working for me. You work hard for your money, so now it's time to get your money working hard for you. This is the mission. This is what I am doing. This is what excites me. This is why I love working and taking every opportunity I can, because every dollar that I earn gets me one more closer to my goal, and it can do exactly the same for you. Big news on the income breakdown: $1,829.64 a year, $152 a month, $35 a week, $5.01 per day. I finally did it. That was my first threshold, was I wanted to be at $5 a day for the bridge account. I hit it. We did it. We got there. And now the next goal is $10 a day. And we take it one brick at a time. Long-term goals are just a series of short-term goals. How do you eat an elephant? You eat them one bite at a time. One brick, one girder in the bridge every single week. 20 cents an hour. My next goal for that is 25 cents an hour. But my big, gigantic goal is $1 an hour. We're going to get there. Someday we'll get there, and we're just doing it chunk by chunk, little by little. And before you know it, you'll see and watch me on this channel, $1 an hour will be there. Not a whole lot going on with the self-directed IRA. This is the account that I took $30,000 back in March out of my 401k and rolled it into the SDIRA, the self-directed IRA at Schwab. Received dividends from Cisco, $3.60. That's it. I'll take it. And the buy of the week was 2 shares of Realty Income at $58.75, which was a 4.8% starting yield, $5.64 added. Income didn't change a whole lot, $1634.18 for the year, $136 a month, $31 a week, $4.48 a day, and 18 cents per hour, 0.1866 cents to be exact. Now I am playing around with this site and I'm really liking it. It is digrin.com, digrin.com. Check it out here. $42,000 portfolio value, and you can see it's just really nice, really laid out well. I'm really enjoying this. I think you should look into it and see if it might be right for you, if it's something it's free, by the way, to use, so definitely give it a look. So what I'm watching for this week, at the very top of the list, is Kimberly-Clark, ticker symbol KMB. Now they are reporting their earnings on Monday, January 25th, 2021. And if there's any kind of a drop, I'm going to probably hit it hard. And except for the share of Pepsi that I'm going to buy anyway, I might just dump all my weekly money into Kimberly-Clark because I'd like to own more of them. They are getting up there for this portfolio. So check it out. Kimberly-Clark is currently paying $4.28 per share, which is going to be hiked, in my opinion, probably 3 to 5%, which is what they have been hiking their dividend, as you see on the chart here from Schwab. Currently paying 3.22%, which is really nice for a big blue chip, non-cyclical company. They have Kleenex, Huggies, Wipe-All, all kinds of consumer products that we all need to live. They have been paying their dividend for 36 years here, and what's really nice, as you can see on Digrin, is they have a very sizable history, goes back to 1985, showing you every time there was a hike what the percentage was. And if you see, we'll just scroll down here all the way to the bottom. 1985, when they were paying 7 cents a share. I'm a huge fan of Kimberly-Clark, and I'm really looking to pick up some more shares if they should have less than mediocre or miss on the earnings. But honestly, I think they're going to beat, and I probably missed the boat, and they're going up anyway. So Kimberly-Clark is number 1. Pepsi is number 2, ticker symbol PEP. I buy a share of Pepsi every single week because, you know what? I really want them to be one of my biggest and strongest positions, and I do not mind paying up for quality. And when the price comes down, I'm just able to buy more that much easier. Number 3, Lockheed Martin. I'm working my way to 10 shares. I will eventually get there. and I really like these prices, so it's hard for me not to buy them. But once I started that position, once I initiated it, I just want to keep going and going and building until I get to my minimum threshold, which I said is just 10 shares of any company that I currently am buying. And number 4 is Leggett & Platt. They're a position that's kind of small for me that I really need to build up. Currently paying $1.60 per share per year, 3.51% starting yield, and the average growth rate for the past 3 years is 4.08%. Really solid company. If you don't know what they do, think furniture cushions, seat cushions, bed springs, automobile upholstery, automobile seats, things of that nature. They are very diversified. I strongly recommend looking into Leggett & Platt. They also have been paying a dividend for 36 years, and over 10 years, only a 4.21% dividend increase, but that's very respectable. And that's number 4, Leggett & Platt, that I'm looking at for this week. The disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, so please speak with a licensed financial advisor or a fiduciary and sort yourself out, figure out what your risks are, and these are just my thoughts and opinions shared for your fun and entertainment. If you haven't done so and you got value, please, I humbly ask you to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of anything I've said. Leave your comments down below. Expertise comes from the community, and you can find me as part of a community on Twitter at RustyRam78, Instagram at DapperDividends, and right here on YouTube. Please leave your comments below. I really do want to hear from you. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me and checking out what's been going on with my dividend growth portfolio. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video.